The courage to shift higher. One of the biggest requests being made of you in these times is to release projects, activities, relationships, and circumstances that are no longer in direct alignment with your highest function in the world. We are all being called higher, and in order to get there, we need to let go of a lot of things in order to make room for the new. Are you feeling it? The opportunity to rise is here. If you're anywhere or in any way on a spiritual journey, you must have been feeling the massive shifts upward we are experiencing. It's not for everyone. Not everybody is consciously aware of the spiritual journey that they are on, as they think life just comes at them willy-nilly without their own conscious involvement in it. But I'm not here to talk to you about those who aren't awake yet. I simply want to share with you that if you are feeling a lot of changes are happening for you on the inside and for some on the outside as a result, then you are right in line with what the universal energies have had in store for us at this time. If you're not feeling it just yet, no worries. Everyone is on their own timeline. But what you might be experiencing is a real exasperation with the way things are for you, and the glaring conscious awareness that what used to be fulfilling and exciting for you no longer is. It's actually become a problem. As we are elevating higher, everything that feels like old stuff for you is just needing to go. It sounds so simple and so obvious, but it's not that easy to actually implement. As your internal life accepts changes, you will need to have the courage to implement external changes to make them happen. It can be really hard to accept that what you've been engaged in, be it work, the place you live, your relationships, or a health situation, has just gotten really old for you, and that it's likely time to do something about it. These are life-changing decisions, but there is a higher calling presenting itself to you constantly, and there is no room for that to implement until some old, outdated circumstances and situations get retired and put away permanently. It's time to grow. Perhaps you've been engaged in these things for a while, and you thought they would go on forever. But we are evolving very quickly now, and some of those things you're engaged in, were they really a perfect fit for you in the first place? Did you choose them because you felt you had to? Or did you make those choices because you didn't know you had any other options? Were they the best and highest options you had at the time? It's very likely they were. But we are in different times now, and what we are truly here for can no longer be set aside for someday. These callings are what you are here for. These gifts you have, no one else in the world can do just the way you do. No one can tell you what to do or how to do it because you have your own sovereignty with your gifts. Think about that. Are you really interested in being less than, having less than, or doing less than anymore? Your gifts and expressing them are your key to freedom and happiness. When you know you are living in and expressing your true gifts, you arrive at this heavenly state of being, and you become so aware that there is so much abundance everywhere at all times. You see this abundance and generosity of life in all places, in all situations, all the time. But in order to be able to experience this, we must be willing to let go of the things from the past, even if it is exactly what we're engaged in now as well. I have been having these experiences directly, and the more I release from the past or even what I am doing and engaged in now, the faster I rise. And the faster I rise, the more elegantly blissful my state of mind and consciousness become. Astrologically, we are currently in a square between Pluto and the nodes, the North Node and the South Node. We are all experiencing this as a direct thorn in our sides, meant to cause each and every one of us to focus more precisely on what you came here to do and release what isn't in alignment with that. You may be asking yourself what your true gifts are, and are you really living them? You may be looking for ways to start engaging in utilizing them more directly and at a higher level. This is going to mean getting rid of everything else. It may have been fun to do those things in the past. It may have been a level of growth for you to do those things, but now it feels like they are holding you back, stifling you, standing in the way against what you can feel is calling you forward. You cannot do everything, although you have insisted that you can. When you insist that you can do everything, what happens is your highest gifts get pushed to the side because they would and do require all of you. When not all of you is available because you are doing everything else, your gifts are up on the shelf somewhere. This putting of your gifts away until later is no longer going to be tolerable. I'm sharing this to encourage you. If you are feeling stressed out because of all that surrounds you, all that is not comfortable anymore, all that seems to plague you, it is because your gifts are calling you to engage. All the old things must go at this time. It's really vital to your experience of pure happiness, lasting happiness, and joy. Don't we all want that? I have been releasing so many things myself, and many of them have been very hard to let go of. It's not easy. I'm sharing this with you to show an example of what releasing the old in order to have the new looks like. Although I have spent 27 years benefiting from the genius work of Gary Young and Young Living Essential Oils, sharing about them with people has come to a close. I am in optimum health because of these products and continue to use many of them every single day. There is not a single health issue that has come up in all these years that the oils, protocols, and supplements of Young Living have not healed. However, seeing myself as being in the business of telling people about them is being released. It's really hard for me to make that decision because I believe everyone should have them to solve their mental, emotional, and physical health challenges. But I need to release this, and I have. I am letting go of teaching A Course in Miracles. This was a tough one. You should have seen me arguing with Spirit in my journals for a few days about it. I was not so convinced to release this because of how much I love the course, and I felt so good about teaching it. I finally came to the realization that the benefit I receive of total and complete enlightenment and alignment with oneness does not mean that I need to teach the course. There are many others who do teach it quite well, and that is their work in the world. If anyone wants to pick up the book and get started on their own, they can. That's how I did it, and it's available to all who seek it. I will no longer be writing and sending a newsletter out to my list. I literally shed tears over this one, as I've poured my heart and soul into these pages for 16 years. But guess what? Each newsletter has been transferred into a blog post. Each one has also been audio recorded for the blog and also sent out as a podcast. These audio podcasts also go out to YouTube and are collected there. These messages are being preserved and are now out there in the multiverses to be enjoyed by anyone who comes across them. I feel so good about this. It is all a fait accompli, all done and complete. Since 2008, I started sending out newsletters, which is now 16 years. They are all on my blog now, audio recorded and released as podcasts. I can look back and feel so pleased about all that content. These messages I've been so passionate about sharing with you in written form will be elevated into short films and videos. Filmmaking is my true love and talent. All these messages you have been receiving, the stories, the pictures, and the words, all to guide you to a place of emotional resonance and transformation, I realized is a bit too cramped in this venue of either a blog or a podcast, and they need to expand their wings to fly. Videos with music and my voice and moving images will be able to carry an audience much more delightfully. So I'll be transferring the same work here to YouTube videos instead. I'm so excited about this. Few people know I got my bachelor's degree and graduated from NYU Film School, and it is my true artistic outlet. I received honors and awards when I graduated from there, much to my own surprise, as my work was always considered experimental and a little bit outside the box. Now armed with messages of spiritual growth and elevation, this is going to be so joyful. I worked in the film industry for 22 years in a variety of capacities, and finally, I can return to being the artist I had buried inside for so long. North Node, which is now in Aries, which is my sign, is making itself known to me. On the life front, I am releasing my apartment here in Munich, and my eyes and heart are set on Scotland. This is a shock. Yes, such a big step, because no one in Munich ever gives up their apartment. They are so hard to get. But the signs are all there. Scotland has an energy that blows my mind and my heart and elevates me to another plane. It's really calling me, and I'm taking the steps to make that happen. I have been selling things, donating things, as much of what I own as I want to. If you know how that goes, it's emotional releasing as well. All the past, gone, which leaves me with just the things I love. Lighter is better, freer, and more liberating. I'll be leaving Munich at the end of December and then be in the US for a few months to take care of more things from the past that have been on my to-do list for a long time. I need to return to Maui to deal with a storage room that has been there for 7 years. It needs to get reduced, all organized and ready for shipping back to the US mainland. For sure, I'll be enjoying some island love as I have missed the island so much, but it's just so far from Europe, and I'm sure that this is where I want to live permanently now. Once all that is shipped, I'll come back to the States to await its arrival and then put it in storage again there. It's just closer, and I'll be able to continue to reduce and release or keep as the years keep marching onward. When all of that past management is complete, I'll then be back in Munich for just enough time to repack and leave for Scotland for the spring, with plans to stay for 6 months. Once in Scotland, I plan on renting a small cottage by the sea and will spend time writing and making small films and living in heavenly bliss. Yes, that is what heavenly bliss looks like for me. What is it for you? All of this realignment, letting go, and managing what is has required so much courage. The courage to change is something I'm familiar with by now and know the rewards it brings. The intuitive messages were all there. Let this go. Let this go. Let that go. It's not easy, but each major step I've taken, the better I have felt. It can be like this for you too, whatever part of your journey you are on. This is what the realization of who you really are looks like. This process will continue to evolve for you too, my friends, until you land there. When you have the courage to change and to shed what is not you, the not self, what's left is the purity of your essence. Yourself with a capital S. We are in a new world now, and it is all so lovely. Embrace it all. Embrace yourself. Energy work. This is a really optimum time to take advantage of doing energy work with me. I have the time, I am releasing, and I am embracing all the new energies. You can catch the light of the fire as well. I have 2 different 30-day packages to offer you. One is called Premium Light Attunements, and the other is called the Big Kahuna. See the link in the descriptions to learn more. Much love to you all, Suzanne.